Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you are welcome to another day. Wow, wow, wow. You know, every day I wake up and the thought that I will be back again to interview another guest on this whole series, this journey on the life transforming testimonies, gives me great joy. The past 18 days now has been remarkable. We've had guests from all over the world who have come on this platform to share their journey, to share their testimonies, and to share the transformation that they've experienced in their lives personally and in their families, in their societies, in their jobs, and how they've been able to impact their world, thanks to the impact, and the influence of Dr. Sunday Adelaja. And I'm excited to be here. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Anu Ojo. If you're watching us on Facebook, I'd like to encourage you to please kindly share this video on your timeline. You could share it on groups that you belong to. You could invite your friends. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for joining us today. We have an amazing guest, all the way from from Belgium. And, today's topic is, I think it's quite endearing, First is that it's a lady that is going to talk about it. And if you can see the title, it says, "I couldn't hold back my tears." Can you imagine that? So I'm just thinking, what exactly would have resulted to our guests of today, making that statement that she couldn't hold back her tears. But before I introduce our guest, there's some announcements I would like to give. There's a new book. I don't know if the book is ready. All right. So there's a new book that Dr. Sunday just published. And if that book is available, I would like it to be on the screen. It's a book that everybody really wants to get a hold of. And the book is titled, "Why I Write Books." That's it right there. Why I write books and why you too should write yours. Why I write books and why you too should write yours. Dr. Sunday right now has over 400 books published. And just the thought of that is already mind-blowing. Now, in this book, Dr. Sunday is explaining why he writes books. On an average, Dr. Sunday produces at least 1 or 2 books every week. He doesn't publish everything, At least I know, just by virtue of being close to him, there are already over 1,000 manuscripts. So you can imagine, and his goal, his dream is to write at least 1,000 books before he says bye-bye to this world. Now, many of you might be thinking, what is the intention? What is the inspiration? Why is Dr. Sunday just writing books? Why is he writing books? Well, Dr. Sunday has decided to answer that question with a book. So he's not just doing a video, or he's not just answering your question in form of an article, but he decided to write a whole book to answer that simple question. Why do you write books? So this book, as you can see on the screen, there's no way you read this book that you're not going to write your own book. It's almost impossible. I've been privileged to go through the book myself, and reading the book, that you're going to write your book. That's just there's no other option. So the book is titled "Why I Write Books and Why You Too Should Write Yours." It's a very compelling book. This book is available right now on Amazon. So you can run to Amazon, rush there, and order the book there on Amazon. The book is titled, once again, "Why I Write Books and Why You Too Should Write Yours." So this is the latest release from Dr. Sunday Adilaja. All right, so momentarily I'll be making an announcement about the books for people who might not be here now and might join us during the course of the discussion. Well, it is with, great pleasure I would like to introduce to everyone who is with us our guests. She is from Belgium. Good evening, the beautiful Mrs. Vicky.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Ojo, and thank you for inviting me.
Wow, we're so happy to have you, looking radiant.
Thanks, you too. You look handsome too, as always.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Well, how is Belgium today?
Good weather, and it's yesterday. Most of the lockdowns they are getting. It's like slowly
It's
we are
easy
moving
now.
out now. So yeah, I resumed work like yesterday. So
Yeah,
it's going to the right direction right now. So
beautiful.
let's
Beautiful.
less infected patients. So I hope it stay this way.
Yeah, well, thank God. Thank God that we're able to have you, and thank God for the improvement of things, as regards the present pandemic that has, affected the whole world. We're happy
Yeah,
that things are gradually getting better, and the cases are reducing also here in Ukraine. It's not as high as it was a few weeks back. But today we're here to hear your testimony. When I read through your profile that you sent to us, a summarized version of your story, the summary itself really got me. And I thought the world needs to hear your story. Um, you know, People who have story like you are very rare. And to see you today with your smile, there's a saying that I really like, for people who have gone through very tough times and they come out victorious. I say they've gone through the fire, but they smell no smoke. So someone like you reading through your story, it was even the summarized version. So I'm just hoping that today we get even a more extended version. But just even the summarized version that you sent to us really was endearing. And you made a statement there, and you said that you couldn't hold back your tears, and it just got me thinking that I think the world needs to hear your journey. They need to hear your story. And you know why I'm saying that? It is
yeah,
because many times in life,
yeah,
we often think that the challenges we're going through and the pain we are facing is peculiar to us. We get blinded by our tears often, and we think we are the only one who is going through whatever we're
that's true.
going through. But when we have opportunities for people to come out and to share their journeys, to share their own struggles, and to share, some of the challenges that they had to go through to be who they are right now, then we come to a conclusion that, hey, well, I'm not the only one after all. Hey, here is this person who has even gone through something even more difficult than I am
Yeah,
going through, or who has gone through maybe exactly the same thing I'm going through. And if that person could go through it, then I can myself. So those kind of stories give us hope. It gives us faith. It makes us know that, hey, it's too late for me to give up. I have to keep moving. I'm not done yet. There's a great future ahead of me. And I'm really looking forward to you, sharing your story with us, how God has helped you through the thick and thin, and you're here smiling, looking radiant, looking beautiful, and we just want to hear your story and to be blessed by what you're going to share with us. But I'm sure there are people who are looking at you right now and they're trying to figure out, who is this lady? So please, can you do us the honors by introducing yourself. Can we meet you, ma'am?
Yeah, my name is Vicky Suleiman, and I will be 42 less than 2 months time.
No, you
So
don't mean it. It's a lie.
that's true.
42.
So
I mean, I would say 24 instead.
thank you. That's nice of you.
Wow. Wow.
So, and I'm from Nigeria, from Kogi State, which is Egbira, precisely, which is Okene, So yeah, and I'm from the family of five. Um, Married with 2 kids.
Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. And then you're based in Belgium because I already said that earlier.
Yeah. I based in Belgium. So yeah,
Great.
my growing up.
We're going to come to your
Yeah,
growing up very soon, just very soon. But before you start your story growing up, I want to
yeah.
just speak to our viewers who are just joining us. Well, this is life transforming testimonies, and we just had Mrs. Vicky all the way from Belgium just introduce herself to us. There's even much more coming, guys. So I want you to go ahead, click on the share button, click on the share icon on your phone, your tabs, on your laptop. Let's invite our friends. It's going to be, a wonderful discussion today. Mrs. Vicky, she's just about to start with a background story, and I want you guys to just sit back as she takes us on that journey, telling us about how a background, coming from wherever she went through, and then she just takes us on that ride for us to, be blessed by her own story. So over to you, Ma. The floor is yours.
Yes, my background, huh? My background from the family, I'm the fifth of five siblings. And growing up, I actually never really know my dad that much because I know that my mom used to say my dad is very stubborn. And because of the stubbornness, he was a road engineer then. So, and they always ask him to do something that he thinks is not proper, is not correct. So, like they told me that he didn't want to do it. So along the line, he wanted to sue the people to court, and he was poisoned, and he got mental illness. And after that, my mother was like fed up. Uh, she left him and went to the family house. So I moved with my mom. The only memory I know of my dad was like when I was like 3, 4 years, he do hide to come and search for me. He knows about his children. So, and nobody, they don't want me as a small child to get close to him because they think he will hurt me. So that is the memory that really stick to me. My dad's coming to like, oh, want to carry me, but everybody is like, no, don't touch her because you will hurt her because he's mentally not that good. You understand?
Wow.
So they always keep him inside, and he sometimes he hide out to come and carry me and stuff like that. So that's only what I know. But about my mom, so he was alone with the five children, and my big sister, which is the second one, yeah, he went to the family right from a very young age. He went to stay with the family. And then I was left, my brothers, my second brother, my uncle was living in the city, which is Benin City precisely then. And then because he didn't have a son, so he decided to take my brother, my elder brother, to go and train up. So we're left with myself, my sister, and I was the young one. So I stay with my mom, and I do help my mom to sell. So, when if you want to sell anything, those small things to make money because it was that business woman that sell anything that is sellable. So later on, my other sister was also gone. Went to stay with my uncle with my mother's side. So I was left alone. So yeah, I was left alone, and I know then there was one auntie of mine that used to come to visit my mom. It was mostly because my mom had about 27 or 28 brothers and sisters, siblings, really a big polygamous family.
Wow.
Yeah, so So this my auntie used to come to visit my mom and would buy things for me. So I just fall in love with this my auntie. So I wanted to go with her because now my sister is gone. I'm alone, and yeah, my mom said no, but I just decided, yeah, I will follow her. She's so nice to me, So I just go with my auntie to the city because we were living then in Iduani. My mom was living in Iduani. I really don't know what area now, and I know that they speak Yoruba. It's most Yoruba side. So, and then I went with my aunt, and she was very nice to.
I just want to ask for something. It will be good for you to give us time frames to your story, so we understand how long and how old maybe you were at different points in time. So yeah,
Okay,
so that we
okay.
can have a picture. So for
Yeah,
example,
okay.
you talked about your dad
Yeah,
being poisoned.
yeah.
What the point of his poisoning, was it before you were born? Or
It was just immediately after I was born, maybe like some months different.
got it. So it was immediately after you were born, and so the whole
Yeah,
mental issue
yeah,
started, manifesting. So you
yeah.
couldn't get that fatherly love
No,
and fatherly
no.
attention.
I never. No, no, no. I don't at all. I don't even have that. No, I don't have any.
Uh
No.
huh.
The only memory I have was when he would just, like searching for me to like secretly come. Maybe if I'm playing, you want to just like
Get
to come
you,
and hug me.
yeah.
And when people say, you understand me, so
So they try to
that is
protect you from him, so he does not hurt you.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
That is the only memory I have. That is
wow,
the only memory I have. Of even the picture, I could not even imagine the picture. So
wow, wow.
yeah.
And then you said you were 2 or 3 when he died.
No, when he died, I was older, but I was like I was no more in the village. I was
Okay,
told I was about like 10 when he died.
okay.
But he's sick a long time anyway
Uh-huh,
before he
uh-huh.
died. Yeah.
Okay, so it was mentally unstable, so you couldn't even have that relationship with him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow,
So I was always away far. They don't want because they think he was gonna hurt me or something like that.
wow. And then you said, so you were the youngest of your siblings because you had 4 other
Yeah,
siblings.
yeah. I
So
was the youngest. Yeah,
over a period of time, your siblings left and they left you
yeah, yeah.
with your mom.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So, but did the death of your dad affect your education in any way?
Yeah, of course, because I mean, imagine a woman that is taking care of she all by
Or
herself,
5?
5 children and her mom also. So of course, then I was not going to school in the beginning. I was not
Wow.
because I do help my mom to go and sell. In the village in those days,
What were you
it's not like
selling? What were you selling? How were you opening? What were you doing? And at what age were you doing all of that?
oh my, at what age? At 4 years, 4 5 years,
At 4,
yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, 4 5 years, because even like I think 2 weeks ago my sister was telling me, those days your mom used to beg you to go and sell because if you don't go, nobody will eat in this house, nobody will sell.
At 4,
So
5, what were you
yeah,
selling?
I think my mind, you do this my mind, what they call
From
my
beans,
mind,
bean cake, right?
yeah, being cake
From
or
beans.
yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. So at 4, 5,
Yes, I will go hop it around and
you were hawking on your
yeah,
head.
yeah.
My God.
Then I don't know what is anyway. What is that school is? I mean, it's not that in there, so I don't know. I don't
Wow.
know much. So,
So you were doing this just to help your mom, just to survive, for
yes,
you to be able to
yes,
ease.
yeah,
Wow. Wow. But then how long were you doing this before this your aunt you were talking about? Because you were saying there was this aunt that came that was always visiting, and you said you
yes, yes.
wanted
I think
to
I
go
I
with your
think I
aunt.
if I think I stayed with my mom like till 7 years.
Okay.
7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 years. And I want to say one thing too, because I like the age of 7. I was always very big. So like I'm mature than my age. You understand what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So you see some children there, like I'm almost as tall as this as of 12 years. So you
Wow.
can imagine then when I'm 7, people look at me like mature child, but I'm not. You understand me?
Yeah.
Because I'm just big. I
You just
just
grew. Yeah, you grew even
yeah,
faster than your
yeah,
age. Mm.
yeah. So sometimes it's so difficult to say to somebody. I mean, at the age of 10, what I did at the age of 12. Sometimes when I imagine my own son, I can't believe that all those things I do. I really can't believe it.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So at the age of 7, I went without my aunt to the city, and I think about less than a year, she got a car accident and she died.
My God. This your
Yeah.
aunt.
Yes. And that was why that is how my story yeah, because she was taking care of me. She was like my mom. I love her so much. So when she died, because she was in the family house in her own father's side.
Yeah.
My mom was in the village, mostly in her own mother's side. You understand?
Yeah.
Because my mom, his father is a polygamy, you understand?
Yeah.
And the auntie is from another mom. It's only the same father, that's from another mom. So, and then when my auntie died, so I now remain in the family house. So in the family house, where like, yeah, a lot of people, wife of my grandfather, my father, wives, and the ones that are late, all of them, they're still there, their children there. It's a really very big family house. Everyone is free to come and stay. So I remained there, and they said, okay, now I'm stuck there because my auntie that brought me to that place she's dead. So like I don't have anybody like taking responsibility of me anymore. So I have to wait till my mother come back, find transportation, and the time is not always like now that where you can get transport easily and move around. So I stayed there. Along the line, another auntie of mine in Kaduna gave birth, and they said, yeah, she's looking for somebody to come and help her to take care of the baby and to babysit because she have to go to work. So that is how I found myself in Kaduna to go and babysit that my auntie too. So it's still the same father with my mom. So it's also my auntie. So yeah, in Kaduna, I was babysitting. I was not going to school. So, and always I have to do a lot. Washed, do everything you can imagine. And
So
at
you're
the
not
end of
just
the
babysitting. You were more like in Nigeria they call it like is it house girl or something?
house help, house girl, yeah,
House
house
help.
help.
So you're
Yeah,
almost like a house help there.
yeah. But why I don't like using that? I mean, house help. Something here you pay house help. I don't get paid. So
Ah.
that is, yeah, I don't get paid. I mean, house help is like she's doing something for you. You're gonna pay her, and she still eats there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
So but in my case, I'm doing those things. I don't get paid because anytime I forget to do something, don't forget she's my auntie, very junior to my mom. If I did something wrong or I didn't like wash the towel very good or anything at all, she insists to give me dinner or anything that
Wow. That,
yeah.
that would have been very tough for you because I'm just trying to imagine what would have been going on in your mind, in your emotions because the first aunt that came and took you, she was taking good care of you.
Yeah,
She was like the breath of fresh air. She was like the
yeah,
beam of light that just came, took you
yeah,
from the suffering that you were experiencing in the village, having to, trying to hawk and do all of those menial jobs just to survive. And then she comes to the village, rescues you, and then a year later, she died.
yeah.
That would have, that would have like been like your hope was shattered.
Yes, of course, of course. I was very, 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 very sad. I was very sad. It's like, I mean, I was very, very sad. And then I didn't know anybody in that whole family house. She was the only one. It was because the way she used to, interact with me, react to me. That is how I just love her. I'm that person that I'm very active. I'm a very active child when I'm very little, so
Yeah.
very active. So, yeah. So yeah,
So the attention she was giving you, because right now, right from your dad, so you didn't get the fatherly attention,
yeah.
and then your mother, who I'm sure she was trying her best,
Yes, of course. Yeah,
but I'm sure, but the the burden and the responsibility, to take care of all of those children would have,
yeah,
been so overloading on her, that she might not have been able to give you enough of the attention and all of those
yeah.
things. So now your aunt comes and gives you that attention that you were, yearning for, and the love, and all of that, and then she goes. And then this other aunt comes into the picture and then takes you almost like a slave.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. And this very aunt and the one that died, they are the same mom, the same dad. So you
Wow.
can imagine.
And how old were you? Because how old were you at this point where you, if you can remember, where you got to the
I
aunts?
think around age 9, 9.5, not
Uh-huh.
more, not
Wow.
more, not more.
Wow. So how long were you with this your aunt, taking care of the house, washing and doing all of those house jobs?
I think like a year later because the suffering was too much, so I started crying every day.
Wow.
And one time, she was my aunt. I want to throw this thing out there. She was my aunt, really. I mean, my auntie, not like tet direct auntie.
Direct.
And she punished me. Oh, you cannot believe it. But one thing I want to put out there: the husband is not from our own side. It's really, I think it's from the Edo State.
Mm-hmm.
The husband of my auntie. I remember when my auntie will like punish me with not eating. He will even lock my auntie inside, go to the second flat, make food, lock me in, and sometimes give me food and go out. So
Wow. So it was like your
so nice,
angel there.
yes. You see? So it was like, I mean, if he knows that my auntie beat me, to be a trouble for my auntie.
Wow.
And which I don't dare, I don't want to cause trouble between them. You understand? So anything that happens, I always say is good. I try to let him know. But if he knows, if he send, he will just call me because my native name is Tolu Waloju. You just say, Tolu, have you eaten? Stuff like that. So if you see the way I react, he will go to the kitchen. So it's good to be nice. One thing I just want to put it out there.
Hmm.
It's good to be nice.
Nice. Yeah.
It's really good to be nice. And you don't have to be nice to somebody that's so close to you because nobody knows tomorrow. That
True.
is,
True.
yeah.
True.
He's no more alive, but his children, they are reaping that what he did then. Their
Wow.
children is reaping it.
Beautiful.
Just only that gesture that he did.
Wow. Wow. That's so true. That's so true. Wow. So so what happened to you after you were with this lady? How long did you move from there? What happened?
Yes, I know because I was always, yeah, I was crying, and at a point of time I don't want to eat anymore because I want to go. It was too much. I remember I was babysitting is like an estate because she was a bank manager and he was also a bank manager. So I remember somebody coming one day and their suit is what they wear. They have a special suit there. So somebody just came in and said that my auntie sent them to come and carry those suits to go and wash it and iron it and bring it back. So, and I opened the door as a child. I never knew that nobody sent them. So I said, okay, here are they. So those people, they were thieves. So they came and took those things away. Then, a lot of years ago, you can imagine. So when my auntie came, I was like, yeah, this lady came. It was a lady came that you sent her to come and take all these things to go and wash. And yeah, of course, she didn't send her. So I was being punished while I opened the door, while I allowed. Yeah. What do you expect somebody that is 9 years, and you understand? So after that, I was then scared. Worried about one day if something else happened. especially I'm taking care of their baby child. Whereby if somebody say, your auntie is there, because I'm scared of her. So if somebody say your auntie said this, I want to do it so that she will not say it, I didn't do it. So if somebody say, your auntie say, come and bring this, come and so I never think then that maybe it's possible somebody will just come and lie for such a thing.
You were young.
So
you were young and naive. You didn't know better.
Yeah. So I never thought of it. He called my auntie name, where it's working, everything, a lot of details that has been, provided, So, and I from there, so they took me back again to the family house again, where I was coming from, to the family house, because my mother already told my mom that I was with her other sister in Kaduna. So my mom has gone back again to Idwani. So now I'm back to family house. In the family house is one of my uncle, his best friend, or a good friend, or somebody that he really know that good, was looking for somebody to come and help her. Third time, So, and he said he has talked to my mom. This is a very rich woman, can take care of me, can put me in school and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I don't have a say. I don't have a say. You know that now children have a say, but then children don't have a say. You understand? So you just go. So they took me again from the family house, give to this lady, and this lady is not a family at all. It's really not a family. It's like, I know, that it's like maybe my uncle know her because they do business together, came there, buy things, and Jakuta, like that. So I went to this man, and he said to them that he's going to put me in school. But fortunately, when I got there, she didn't put me in school, and I do everything. She used to do her business, so I take care of the two children. And then, life continued like that. And I remember that my elder sister, she was also out, she was with Kaduna, also like trying to solve her own, her own problems. So when she knew that, to survive, that she was going to school because she loved school. So she was going to school because she was very brilliant, So, and when she knew that I was not going to school, and I remember anytime she's around, she will come to where I'm staying, she will come and trouble the woman, really make trouble with the woman. You must put my sister into school. She will really come and make trouble. So after a lot of troubles, the woman now put me in school. Okay. Now I started school. But before I go to school, I have to take his son of about 4 years, back his son, and back him to like 3-kilometer school. Back him, I will not put it down. And
you have to back like at your back.
Yes. And then go and drop the son in school, and then after then I will go to my school. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to school, but I'm doing a lot. You understand me?
You'll be fagged out already. You'll be tired, carrying somebody for 3 kilometers, and then you have to also walk other kilometers to your own school.
Yes, and that's I'm like the woman in the house, because I cook, I do everything, everything.
Let's put an age now. What age did you eventually start going to school?
I will put an age 10.
Okay, at 10 years.
Yes.
Wow. That was interesting, At 10, that is when some people are about to go to junior secondary school. So you were just starting at 10.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a story right
because
there.
In Kaduna, I didn't go to school. When I went to my auntie to the city, the time was not there. Before a year, before we could start to do anything about school, she's late. So
Yeah.
So
wow. So how were you able to how were you able to get yourself even integrated in school? Because I'm sure they would have put you at a very, for example, you are 10 and you said you actually even grew faster. So
yeah.
I'm sure they wouldn't put you in the class that your mates are. They would have probably demoted you to.
Yeah, I think when I started from primary 3.
Primary 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. started from primary three. Because when I was with that my auntie in Kaduna, I told you the man is a very intelligent man. So then in my area then in Okene then a lot of children of my age they don't speak English. And I speak English very right now. I speak bad English. My English right now is very bad. But then I speak very good English because the man does not speak Egbira, which does not speak our language. So I learned good English from him. You understand? So he will give me like some assignments. So I just
Picked it
catch
up.
up. So by the
Wow.
time going to that school, so it's not like, oh my God, where am I started from? So I will say that I picked things in time then. I don't know about now.
Wow. Wow. That is, I mean, you, I'm just trying to, to just in my mind, create pictures of your journey and your background. But I'm thinking, while you were going through all of this, did you ever think did you ever at any point, think if you would ever become somebody in life? Or did you ever think that maybe I would keep, suffering, or I would keep, just being in this same low life survival? Did you ever think that you could actually even live a better life?
And no, I didn't think of that at all, at all, at all. I didn't.
What were you
But
thinking about?
I'm not also that like I don't nag a lot.
Uh-huh.
I don't nag. It's like, yeah, I don't nag a lot. I just, it's like I just take it the way it come, and I just take the chances. I don't nag. I just do my best. I just think, okay, if I
Without
do my best, if
complaining.
I do my best. So
Beautiful.
I don't go to the corner and just imagination all those things. Only what I would sometimes then, at the age of maybe like 15, I start realizing that father, like, I start like jealousing people that have children that have dad. That's the things I can really realize, or that I can say, yeah, I do think of, but not really like, okay,
Okay, at
tomorrow.
15, at 15, you said you were beginning to notice people who had their father with them.
Yeah, yeah,
So you started feeling uh,
yeah,
that lack of a fatherhood figure and like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow. So what happened after that 15? Tell us more of your journey.
Yeah, so I was still staying with this woman, like I said. So I started school now. I'm going to school, and at the same after school, I will go sell anything she see along the way. When she's coming from Ajakuta, she buy it because, yeah, of course, Vicky is going to sell it. I'm good at selling, so anything, even dishes. I said dishes, anything that is sellable at all. So she will buy it. I will go and hawk it, sell it. During the salad when she killed the ram, and they want to do everything. So, or like a small woman that do more than herself. So as time goes on, my sister will still come that the way she's using me is too much. And yeah, the war continue, the war between her and my sister, that I cannot learn this way because I do a lot. So, and at the end of the day, the woman fed up and said she don't want to have the fight with my sister, because anytime my sister is around, she will call the whole street. she, she will call the whole street. She will really make rain. You understand? Because
Yeah.
her children are going to school. They are well. They are really well. Yeah, well educated. So everything is perfect for them. So I will watch all his children that are even bigger. Most of them then they are like 23, 24. Only the last two small ones. So, and I was like, the house just putting me in school just to make my sister and my uncle to like, okay, now I've put her in school. But still, I'm still doing a lot of jobs, you understand, a lot of things. And also being punished a lot, being punished. I have a lot of marks on my face because when I do something wrong, she sometimes she dare bite me, she just pinch me. Just carry me and pinch me. So a lot of beating, a lot. So at the end of the day, they returned me back to the family house, and I went to my uncle. That my uncle that know the ladies. So I was staying there a bit. So fortunately, my brother, I told you about my brother, was staying with my uncle in Benin. He found his way to Italy. So and then around 1991, so he now sent a message to us, so that we should come to the city, to Benin City, so that he can be sending us he's supporting us so that I can further my education. So that is how I left Okene, the village, came to Benin City there. And that was in 1992, I think 1992, about 13 years. So, and through his help, and my sister also, by then, my sister also have finished school. She got a job. So my sister, my big sister, myself, and my other sister, so we came to Benin, and that's how life started again. But before we came to Benin, I was staying. When he sent for us, we didn't just came immediately. He sent for me because before my brother traveled, I don't think if I've seen him that I know, I remember. Maybe it's once, and that was maybe when my dad died, and they just sent for his children to be there for the burial. You don't know how those things work there. So, and I just saw him maybe like 15 minutes like that. So apart from that, I never really sit down with my brother. I can't recollect sitting down with my brother and eating before before the age of 19 that I met him here in Europe. You understand? So so when when he sent for me to come to Benin because the family, his friend, his best friend, he just said, okay, you go to my best friend's parents' house and be staying there. I'll be sending cash through there to take care of you. So I got to that his best friend parents' house. I was going to school, but I was still helping because I'm somebody that, yeah, when you see me walk, everybody want to sing. When you are a girl that is very active, people like to use you. You know that, okay, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. So yeah, I still did my own. I still did a lot of job there, washing, a lot of things. But then it's less, because now my brother is sending money, so they don't have to punish me because they are also enjoying too, So yeah, and that is how I started before my sister, my big sister now came to Benin. We rented an apartment and we're staying there. So I was going to school till my brother had a problem in Italy. Sometimes some people say that destiny or opportunity or chances. Yeah, DSS wrote it on his book. Life is an opportunity. Sometimes when you take the chances, you never you never know where it's going to take you to.
True.
So my brother had a problem in Italy, and he was the one helping us. Okay, now he have a problem with police, so he couldn't go out, so it's house arrest. And it's like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And my thought was like, now he doesn't have sister there, nobody there to help him. Who is gonna help him now? So I was like, we're debating who is gonna go. Who is gonna go to help? Because if I'm there now, somebody will be able to help the judge or pay anything. So we decided. So a friend of my sister in the church said that somebody that can do a paperwork, maybe as a student through Ukraine. You understand? So that is how through Ukraine years ago. Yeah, you can like student visa, and then you like through to come and study like 6 months study in Ukraine. That's how I came through Ukraine. So I just said, okay, I will go. I will go if it's gonna if the visa is gonna work. So I was lucky. I just said it, not really knowing that it's gonna work. I just said, okay, why not? What do I have to lose? I prefer to stay in Nigeria. He send me money. I start to enjoy, maybe driving car, now.
Yeah.
you know, you understand?
Yeah.
So but now I just okay, let me go because I just want him to have somebody there that will also assist him.
Wow.
He's alone. So and fortunately the visa workouts. I went with my sister, hoping that she's older than me, and the visa is going to work out for her, and maybe for me not, because the person that is doing the visa will don't have enough cash, so it's going to say, okay, only for one person. So that guy just saw both of us. We even said that we are not sisters, so I don't know because yeah, I don't want to involve myself that much in it. And he said, no problem, I will do it for both of you. I said, yeah, I don't have money. I don't have money. It's only she. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. When we get there, we'll see how. You say you have a brother there. I say yes, because we didn't want to tell this whole story that my brother will not be able to pay all those things. So my sister, my elder sister arranged everything. So since the person said, okay, I'm going to do the visa, I said, why not? So that is how we came through Ukraine. And I stayed in Ukraine, I think about 3 months in Ukraine.
Ukraine. Where in Ukraine?
Kiev.
Where we are right now. Wow. Which
Yeah.
year was that?
Very cold in the winter. Oh my God, never.
Yeah. Ukraine is very cold. Very cold.
Yeah,
So you
very
came during the
cold.
winter.
Yeah, I came during the winter. I think around December. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think around December, December,
It's
November.
cold. We wear.
So,
You need to see how we dress. It's
the-
very cold. Wow. So you
yeah,
spent 3 months in Ukraine. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Wow.
And you know, as God have His way, before the visa came out, before we did everything, because we have to go to, I think, where is this country? It's not Nigeria. We have to go there to go on board with the visa, not through Nigeria. So we miss our flights. We buy another ticket. Before, when we buy the ticket, we have to wait for the next. So at the end of the day, we end up spending like 3 weeks in all this journey. They already released my brother without us knowing. Because if we would have known, we would have go back to Nigeria. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So we didn't know at all. So we just okay. And because then the network, telephone is not like now,
Yeah.
it's just land phone. So you cannot just reach like that. So that's how we could make it. So by the time we got to Ukraine, my brother was able to like find his way and cross us over to his place. And when I came to Italy, I like to learn. I love language, so I just go to language school, and I was fortunate. I got job. I was working as a starter in McDonald's, and I worked myself to supervisor level because of the language of the
Now.
way. Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah.
Wow.
Um, and because of the language, I speak English, and then I speak very fluently Italian, and I could write very good then. So I would say then because that's a lot of, some years back now.
Yeah.
So, and I remember then, even when people come to the shop that I'm managing, then they do say, "Are you in Nigeria? Are you sure this girl is in Nigeria?" No, she's not. She's this, she's that, she's that. Because yeah, the way I do my things and the way
Wow.
I treat people. So, and yeah, I couldn't believe my eye myself. And all this while, even when I was still in the village doing all those things, I always have compassion on people that have less than me. So
Yeah. I was that's what I've been thinking, and I was going to ask you that question because you know the shift in your whole story um, began when your brother was able to travel overseas, and then
yeah,
he was the one who started helping out, and then
yeah, yeah,
your story started changing. But I was going to
yeah,
ask you a very important question, because now the history of lack and
yeah,
not having enough and all of that, it began to change when your brother traveled abroad and then started supporting you.
yeah.
But now, in retrospect, what would you say were the biggest lessons that you learned personally through all of those tough times, challenging times of your childhood growing up? What were the biggest takeaways and lessons that you learned? Because you started talking about compassion now, so I don't know if
Yeah,
that is part of it. But let us know, now your story is different, but if you look
yeah,
back, what were the
yeah.
biggest life-changing lessons that you
Yeah,
learned?
when I look back now, and even when I look back now, the lesson I learned every day, I use it in anything I'm doing. Like never. How would I put it in English? Never ignore or underlook somebody. never treat somebody that bad because you don't know tomorrow.
Never
You don't know
ignore or
tomorrow.
underlook people.
Yeah. Because, yeah, being wicked is, it doesn't give no gain. There's no gain at all. There's no cause for it. There's no gain. That's why I, knowing fully that all this thing I go through, it's make me every day, even when I'm here, when I see maybe, for example, somebody just came to Europe today, tomorrow, I will never feel like, oh, I'll be here for 20 something years. I want to feel pompous or feel big. No, instead of, I will just want to go close to that person, try to enlighten the person about the situation of the country, and like try to put them through. It's like I can't stop myself from not doing that.
People.
Yeah, I can't, because I feel that if I had that chances of somebody just came to me, maybe my story will be different now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe God also want me to go through those stories so that I will have a lesson in life. I will learn a lesson from those stories, because it made me strong. I'm very strict, very, very strict. When I want to do something, I have to do it, because then when they tell me you have to ground this pepper, I will put spit on the ground before I come back, make sure that pepper is grounded. So I will do it, because I don't want to receive beats, you understand? So those things make me, you understand, make me like stick to do what, if I have to do this, I do it correctly, straightforward with people. So that I know always, and be truthful, very truthful, because if I lie, then, oh my God, you said razor blade to cut my hands and put pepper inside.
They use razor blade to cut your
Yeah, cut your
skin.
hands and put pepper.
That is so callous.
Yes, yes. This not like saying it just for saying. This real. I have the marks. This real. So you can imagine those things stick. You understand? So, I mean, yeah, it's also what make part of me. So I wouldn't go and lie for something that is just lie for what, or try to like cheat somebody. Just those things make me, and learn from those little things. It was then, it's punishment, but I take it now in another way. You understand me? I turn it to be positive in another
Beautiful,
way.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. So you're able to convert all of those negative,
Yeah,
bad experiences, and you're able to
yeah,
convert them into positive values in yourself, positive lessons.
yes,
Wow. Dr. Sunday has a book, um, and the title of that book is How to Turn um, everything negative to positive, or something
yeah,
like that. How to turn what is negative to positive. And
yeah,
as you're saying your story, I'm just reminded of Dr. Sunday's story himself, because now many people don't understand why Dr. Sunday is the way he is right now. But he has said it many times. He's helpless now. He's helpless in helping people. He cannot just he cannot help himself.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Because he says no, he experienced what it means to be ignored, like what you said. He experienced what it means to be rejected. He experienced what it means not to have a father or a mother. Like just like you didn't have your fatherly love. What it means to just to be in the village. Just similar story to yours. What it means to
yeah,
be in the village, and you're just there with with maybe your mother. He was with his grandmother, but you were with your mother. And similar story too. He at a very young age had to go to the bush to get some woods so that he could go sell. He had to be selling the what we call pap, from corn. So it was also very similar story to yours. And from all of these stories, he said, he cannot but help anybody he sees that is in need, because he understands what it means, to be hoping and to be really desirous that somebody would just be able to extend that hand of help. But there was nobody who could do that, and
yeah,
he was able to convert that to the kind of heart, the big heart that he has now, a heart of love,
yeah,
just wanting to help. For him, he feels like if he can help the whole world, why not? Just wants to help everybody. And that's a lot of similarity to your story. I don't know if you know about Dr. Sunday's story that I just talked about.
Yes, I know about his story. I remember one day, I think one Mr. Yemi from England, I think it's
Yemi
Yemi, was
Balogun,
interviewing
right?
him. He was on the interview, something like
Yeah,
years back.
yes.
One of the video, and the interview was about at a point he was asking DSA about his life in the village with his mom, and DSA was talking. I swear, really, it's not a joke. Throughout that interview, I could not stop my tears. I couldn't really. It's like exactly the same thing. Exactly, not be able to like reward his grandmom for all she has done for him. Exactly the same thing. I cried throughout. Exactly the same thing. It was, yeah, to have compassion on somebody. It's not like, oh, that boy, oh, I just feel sorry. No, you don't have compassion that way. You have to put yourself, assume yourself that you are that boy. That is how you'll be able to really feel compassion for that person. Without that, you really don't feel that. It just like, it does not touch you that much. So that is one thing. So you have to put yourself in place of that person. So why I feel that, because it's like I'm DSA in that very place when they were interviewing. It's like I myself, it's like Yemi was interviewing me. So I couldn't stop my tears. It was so touching. It was so touching. So if you didn't experience that, it's easy. A lot of people, they are rich, they have a lot, they don't have that feeling, that compassion, because it's not easy for them to place themselves in the shoe of somebody else or in the place of somebody else to really have that feeling. But we that have gone through a lot, it's so easy to place ourselves, because we have been through all those things. You have been ignored, you have been called name, you have said, yeah, you that will not become somebody, all sort of names, everything. So now when you see somebody, or even much less than you, that you think that, oh, I'm too big, and you see that you can assist that person, I think the urge to assist that person just come naturally without you forcing it, because you have been there. You don't want that person to experience what you've experienced. That then you didn't like it. Then you hope that somebody should have come and help you, or you would have been glad if somebody will come and help you then. So now you are like, a God sent to somebody's prayer too. So you have to be an answer to somebody else's prayer.
Wow. So that compassion, you just have that compassion. So you could see that similarity between yourself and Dr. Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow. But
in a lot of things,
a lot of similarities.
A lot of things. Yeah.
Because the Yemi Balogun that you talked about, that you watched the interview with Dr. Sunday, you said in that video, Dr. Sunday was talking about how he lost his grandmother, and he couldn't, appreciate her. But and you said you couldn't hold back your tears when you were listening to that.
I couldn't throughout the video.
Who was it? Was it your mom? Who did you lose? That for Dr. Sunday, it was his grandmother that he couldn't appreciate.
Yeah.
But was there somebody you lost? Did you lose your brother? Was there somebody you lost that you couldn't appreciate too? Something like that?
Yeah. That was I lost my sister in 2005, July 2005. I was just I think 6 months married. Yes, I married January 15th. And I lost my sister on the 20th of July. So that was my big sister that used to come to everywhere to come out search for me.
Your sister that used to fight for you.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. And she was the one also that would have traveled with you too.
No, she was not the one. She was the other one. She was left.
But she was the one who was always trying to make sure that you get education, that she comes to fight when you were with the other aunt.
Yes.
Wow. So
She was always the one that goes around search for the brothers and the sister. He goes around. It's like looking out for each other. Ask for go to anywhere or her sibling is. You go there, go and look, go and make trouble, go and cause strain if they are treating her sister well or not. So she was always the one that like, yeah, it's like a mom figure, that's really, you
yes.
understand me, serious, because she was educated, of course, than my mom. So yeah, she knows more, she know what education means then, you understand, than my mom does, you understand. So she was the one, and yeah, and then I just got married, happy, was planning to go to Nigeria a week before she died. Was planning to make a surprise to, yeah,
A
a week.
week before she died.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was making a plan. I wanted to surprise her. I didn't tell her even. So I didn't
Wow.
tell her that I was coming. So I spoke to her on Sunday. She spoke to me very good. Okay. So on Monday, 12 o'clock, my phone rang, and it was on my husband's birthday too. So, and I said, your sister is dead, So it's like, it's not real, because I love her than myself,
Yeah.
When you love somebody than yourself, than anybody at all, you can imagine where that person is in your heart.
Yeah.
So I I was really devastated. I just lost it, because I'm supposed to go to Nigeria a week before after her death, or before I knew that she's going to die.
Yeah.
And after that, I was going to marry in Nigeria, just for her sake,
Just to
just to
appreciate her,
hopefully.
to make her happy.
Thank you, you get it. So I was like, now she's gonna enjoy what she have been, you know what I mean? What she have been
Yeah.
fighting for,
Hmm.
strongly for. Now it's like, yeah, because she take care of my mom, so anything we are doing is through her, so she will always take care of my mom. So
Yeah.
she's like the center person, so she take care of everybody anyway.
Yes.
So, and I lost her. I was For me, nothing not really count anymore. Then nothing
Oh.
count anymore.
Wow.
Nothing count, because at this moment I'm okay, I'm
Hmm.
okay. It's like, for me, it was a perfect life, everything was good. So it's now, you know moment to relax, and let's have fun, and let's be family, and let's tell story of those bad experience we had and laugh together. And now she was not there to share those stories together, to even tell her everything I've gone through those years of my house help from one to another. So yeah, I was I was so sad that, um, even my sibling, maybe they will watch this now. They don't know, because we are not living the same country. My
Hmm.
brother live in Italy. My sister lives in Italy. They're very far from each other, so we couldn't even see each other or come together, to mourn together. Everybody's Europe, everybody's working. But I was I was so depressive. I think of killing myself.
That's exactly what Pastor Sunday said he felt too. That when he lost his grandmom, he was like, what's the whole essence of I mean, it's everything. It's all about this woman, who I just wanted to appreciate and thank and, give all the appreciation to, while she was alive. But she's gone now. So you could connect closely to Dr. Sunday's story.
Yeah.
But which year did you first get to know Dr. Sunday? And was it this Yemi Balogun video that was the very first video you watched of Dr. Sunday?
No, no, it was not. It was the video of how your pastor was brainwashing you, or
Okay.
brainwashing. Yeah.
So that was the
Yeah.
very first. So the very first video you saw of Dr. Sunday was how your pastor is brainwashing you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was just going through the Facebook, on Facebook, so I saw it. I was like, normally I do delete anything, pastor, all those, because I've also gone through those things, through because my sister always sick, so it was through my sister. We were from Muslim family, We're from Muslim family. But through my dad, my senior.
Background.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it was through that my sister that I got into Christianity life. So because she was going to church, because she was living, staying in Lagos. So because of that, she now know more about Christianity than like ourselves in the village. It was more Muslim, more. So anytime she come to my place, just say, "Have you got to church? I'm going to take you to church," and like that. So when I have the opportunity now to be staying with her, so I started going to church, and I've seen a lot of things in the church before leaving Nigeria. I've seen a lot, and even here in Europe. Before I was very much into church. I even used to take this thing, a Sunday Bible school. So I was very much into it then, you understand? So I've seen a lot, and I see that a lot of them, they are very egoist. They are just for their own sake. There's no love. There's no open-minded between ourselves in the church. So any preaching at all I see on Facebook, I don't even care of opening it or even listening to it. I would say what would they want to say to me that would change. I mean, nothing. Because it's when you are searching for something that you turn to a slave in these people's hand, in this pastor's hand. When you're searching for miracle or you are searching for automatic money. You know what I mean? Automatic money. Just make them.
Yeah,
That's when
miracle money.
you just. So that is when you just turn to their slave. Then, but when you're not searching, when you are not searching for things like that, it does not really. I mean, it doesn't attract me when I see those big banners on Facebook or miracle of 10 days. So I don't even care of reading it or even opening it. So when I saw that one, I was like, yeah, wow. I remember I said, gosh, who has this audacity? Yeah, to call pastor that am I? So I click on it, and I didn't even know that it was live. So it was live, so I was listening to it. I was like, wow. So there's somebody out there that dare to challenge pastor. I never even imagined that it could happen at all. Calling their name with that action and all. I mean, I was just captured by the the energy behind it, everything, it's just captured me. I remember, I think I watched, then the program was long. I think I stayed 4 hours.
It used to be very long. Those
brainwashing. I
brainwashing.
The program got finished.
Yes.
So I stayed. I was watching. I was like, oh, and then he announced when he's gonna come, and that's how I just follow up. And then I just went. I couldn't wait. I called my brother. I said, "Have you seen this thing before?" And my brother thought that, no, is it not that man in Canada? Because my brother lived now in Canada. So he was thinking that it was somebody else in Canada that was doing also something like that from house.
Yeah.
No. I said, "You sure?" I said, "No, this man is not in Canada, it's in Ukraine." So I said, okay, he's not going to tell me what I don't know. I'll go on internet. So I went searching for his name. So his biography, everything. So I read about it. I was like, it's like 2 days I was making a research of DSA. So I read everything. I was like, yeah, wow. I was flattered. I can't believe it that, where have you been? Where have you been? And since then I'm like, I'm a super fan. I'm a DSF super fan. Sorry to say.
Yeah, you've
So
been following.
Not because he's a pastor, but because he just said the truth. He just hit the nail at the point that is needed. No compromise. You just say the way it is and be truthful, not just to preach only the God will make it, the miracle, this thing. Just not everything. Just a package. It was the package that really make me so like, wow, blow me away. The package of everything you need is there. Advice, everything. What could be better than that? And I was thinking that if all Nigeria's church are that good, they are doing what DSA is doing. I mean, most of us wouldn't have been in the situation that we are today. Because, what you don't know, you can do better. You know that.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. So the brainwashing series, how your pastor's brainwashing was the one that drew your attention. That's
Yeah.
interesting. And there are many people also who got to listen to that same series, but instead of them to be drawn by the truth, I think their loyalty to their pastors and to their men of God rather, I mean, took them away from the truth. Because that series you're talking about, how your pastor is brainwashing you, is one of the, top scandalous top scandalous series on Dr. Sunday's YouTube channel that has brought him a lot of, criticisms and a lot of enemies because he was calling their names in those series. He was calling the Oedipus and then the Adeboys, all of them. So their members and everybody was really fighting. But I'm thinking, were you in church at that point when you listened to Dr. Sunday, or were you out of church?
I do go to church, but it's not typical Nigerian church. It's this like it's sort this they call the church UCKG. It's a Brazil. The man is the bishop of the church is a Brazilian man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like,
So
it's different.
it's different. It's different. It's different. But at the end of the day, you see the same. This water, this mountain money bring like 27 euro that count of your 28 years. If you are 30 years, bring 30 euro of your 30 years. If you are 50 years, bring 50 euro of it. All those different activity to bring money that's equivalent to your age and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you don't learn much anymore. It's more of, you are not gaining anything from it. So me listening to DSA, my, it's like it's more worth of going to church for the whole year now. So I just continue listening to him anyway. So since I started listening to him, church does not attract me that much anymore because I'm not getting anything. You see, I'm not getting anything from it. And if I listen to DSA, I'm getting something from it. See, this is different because it's not only about the money in the church. I know the pastors, they have to pay their bills, they have to do other things, they need financial. I understand that. I understand that. But not only the financial aspect, but what you are giving to the people. You have a lot of people going to church. They don't even know how to go about in their life. There's nothing that you are giving as a pastor, as anything that is directing them to like good direction, or like this how you should go, this not how.
Yeah.
All is just only the Bible. Read your Bible, pray, pray,
Pray every
pray
day.
every day. So yeah, then it's nothing. What about if you already have what you want? So you're gonna pray, 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 pray. For what are you gonna pray for again? So they have to teach you other things apart from just praying for miracle, just praying for wonders, just praying for money automatic. So it's almost the same thing like Nigeria church, but only that the church is not so loud, and it's much more organized, more quiet, more decent, yeah, more clean.
But they still had some of those doctrinal issues that you
Yes,
could that you
yes,
could see from Dr. Sunday. That's
yes,
that's
yes,
interesting. Now,
yeah,
so you started listening to Dr. Sunday on a daily basis, right? So I want to
yes.
know what would be the maybe teaching series, or maybe books that made the greatest impact in your life, and what was that impact that it made? What transformation did it bring to your life? Maybe some books. Maybe you just start with the top ones that made some major shifts in your understanding, in your life, in
Yeah.
your. So maybe
The
just
I
mention them.
was yeah, I was watching I think I was there when there was love series. It was live, so yeah, I watched love series,
Mm-hmm.
and the thinking series,
Okay.
and I think I went to also watch this Why Good People Die. You know, So, which is for me is very important. I remember when I know from when I get to know DSA in 2007 November, um, I told you I'm like I'm good. If you see me outside, I'm good. I'm doing well. But within me, I'm like bitter. Do you understand me? I'm bitter, pained of the loss of that my sister and my mom 2 years after. So I feel depression inside. I feel like I mean it's not fair to every good thing that have happened to me right now that she's not here to participate. So I feel guilty. I feel guilty of anything that any celebration. I feel guilty. Anything good that happened, I feel guilty within me. I feel that I know you don't have to be happy. You see, she's not here. Why are you gonna be happy? So that is the situation where I was before I get to know USC. So between me, I'm fighting, and then I'm going to church because I remember when I lost my sister, I stopped going to church because I was so angry with God. I stopped going to church.
Wow.
I just stopped. I just stopped. I was every day. If I have to pray, I will be asking why. It just like fighting with God anyway. I would just use that word, like I will not go, it's not fair what he does and stuff like that. So this thing, I couldn't really get past it. I couldn't just even after so many years, you almost 13, now it's 15 years now. So when 2 years ago I met DSA, 2 years ago, so that was then 13 years. But still, I still couldn't let it go. That that bitterness, that sadness remained in me. And when I met DSA, then I bought most of some of his book and go through his teaching, his series, and I start seeing like I have to let go. I have to let go of the pain. I learned a lot through the value and essence of life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I've read a lot of this book, but my favorite is that book.
Wow. Why is it your favorite?
It talks a lot about life. Now it's not about me or about you, just about life, how it's supposed to be and how we are supposed to handle life. That life is not only you. Like I said, I lost my sight. I didn't want to let it go. I remember one day a client of mine came. I didn't know he's a card reader. I didn't know he was a card reader. No, yeah, it was a card reader. So she said that, yeah, I want to give you a gift. And she was like, you come to my place one day. I said, okay. I like to know more about people. She said, okay. I went there and she said, I'm going to read a card for you. And she just bring this card, like just normal card, okay?
Yeah.
And she said, pick one. So I picked one card. She was talking. And she said, you are so sad. People who look at you, they think that you give happiness to people, but inner you are so sad because you didn't let somebody go. And that thing baffled me. Like, how did this woman know? It's a white woman, for God's sake. So the sadness was so high that you can't imagine. I just can't let it go. TMS DSC. I just can't let it go. Sometimes I go to bed and I still cry over her before I will go to sleep. That's how bad it is.
I remember actually, we spoke earlier today, and I remember there was a program that I was having with Dr. Sunday, and when we were talking about death, because I also have my own experience of losing people that are very close to me, my brothers actually. And I remember you called in that day, and you were speaking and crying. I don't know. I'm sure you do remember.
Yes, of course, I remember.
Tell us about that experience, and what made you decide to call, and you were literally crying throughout the call.
Yes. You were talking about DSA. I think you were interviewing DSA. I think so. Yeah, you were asking DSA why good people died. Oh, I was like, it was like, what I need to hear to heal. It's like you just hit that wound. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
When you injured and somebody now hit that place, you know how it feel. It just open again. So I said, okay. I was waiting. When the program started, I was listening to it, and the most thing DSS answered, the most, I mean, for me, what DSS said there was like, good people die because maybe they are sent to do something, and when they have done with that thing, they go. So you don't have to stick to it. Their job is done. And he explained this in a different way, different dimension, that I was able to like to find peace, through his explanation. I was, it's 13 years already that I lost my sister, and I'm still telling you that I'm that bad, still living like she died yesterday. Okay, in me, between my heart. When you see me outside, you don't know. But when I have to go to sleep, every day I think about her. So her explanation is like what I've been waiting for. I have to mourn her alone. I have to do everything alone. Nobody. I was like alone. I don't have kids then, so I was alone. And only my husband is. Mine is different when you are going through all these things. It's not the same thing. So when he explained why good people died, and I called him because I just needed to call it. I just needed to hear it from his voice. I just can't stop. I just can't stop crying because the answer was that good, and the answer to all my questions that I had, because I told you I was always angry with God. I stopped going to church because I told you I used to be very active in church. I'm very active. So I stopped because I was angry with God. Why? She was so good to everybody she come across. Everybody. People know her. When she was late, when I went to Nigeria, people came in to say, your sister gave me this. I know I have to pay. Your sister sent my daughter to this. Everybody. I said, why do you have to take her? So all these questions that I have, all this like, why? Now, a man on the internet that I've not met before is now explaining, like telling me why. It's like telling me, Vicky, you see, this is it, this is why she have to go, this is why she have to, you should be happy, cherish the quality time you had with it, you had with her, cherish it, keep the good memory, do her good job, do what she liked to do to people. Like, okay, JSA was talking, I was like, I mean, this is the answer I've been looking for. This answer to all the questions, all my sadness, all my depression, So that healed me, It's like instant
Healing.
Medicine for depression.
Thank you, Jesus.
Clear my eyes, like, okay, let me clear my eyes,
Wow. Depression of 13 years.
Yes.
So you were carrying that burden and that stone, like a heavy stone in your heart for 13 years. Just trying to ask God, why will this happen? And when you were listening to Dr. Sunday answer that question on why good people die early and tragic death, it was like the 13 years.
Yes, that was just it. That was just it.
Wow.
That was just it, because I have so much question in me that I don't even have answer for it. And I needed answer. You see, I needed answer. I just needed answer. Just like I was just my hunger, I was just to stick to, why does God allow it to happen? She was too good to die, you see?
Wow.
She was too good to die. And I feel that it's not fair. She died at less than 40 years, So I feel so like, no, I want an answer, God. I just want an answer, at least, so that I can rest my peace. I can let her go, let her have peace anywhere she is. I just stick to her, And now somebody is there giving me all the answers. Oh, like the tick, tick everything. Come on.
Wow.
It's just God. Like it's instant cure. I was like realizing all the things that I didn't even think of before. All those good times, all the things, GSA point everything out.
Wow. Wow.
So it's for some people, it's like nothing. It's like watching, uh, just like watching a
Like a
program.
video.
But for me,
Hmm.
is that a big deal that you can't pay for it?
Hmm.
You have people that are depressed. They will not get out of depression until they even kill themselves. You know that.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's like it's not about the money. To you can go to all these psychologists, all those people to talk to, but it's different. It's different. This give you instant answer, explain to you, not just answer with one word and stop, but explain and break it. I was like, I was just free from that body, from that depression, from that holding on to her. Like, I don't want you to
Glory
go.
to God.
Your spirit stay with me. So I just let everything. That evening, that whole evening, I was shaking. You can't believe it what I'm saying now. But
Wow.
this is real. This is real.
Wow. So you couldn't
Yeah.
here you couldn't even hold back your tears because of the freedom now.
Yeah. It was like, yeah. If people, anybody that's on live program, then
Broadcast.
I think they will know. They will know when I call in. I
Yes.
couldn't fake that. I couldn't just do it for show, because I'm not seeing you guys. You guys are not seeing me, so you
Yeah.
can only hear the voice.
Yes. 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 So it was a cry of freedom, a cry of yes, thank you, God. Now I
Yeah.
understand. Now I have answers to my question.
Yeah, I see another part of losing her, like, okay, when I lose her, I didn't even think of any positive thing
Side.
that I could hold on to, because why I felt so bad, she didn't leave any kids behind. She have two kids, and she lose the two kids before she died.
2 kids too before she died.
Yeah, so a lot of things are including my sadness, because there's nobody that I could do. I could, like,
I,
okay, let me take this her child. Let me replace her child as with her, let me replace her with her child, like
child.
doing those good things back to the child. So there's none. She gave birth twice. The children died before 2 years, and so nothing is left.
Wow.
So nothing. So after listening to that DSA, I now see, okay, all the positive things I've experienced with her, everything she taught me, I have to cherish that, look at that as a bright thing, and appreciate the moment that I've had with her.
Beautiful.
But those things I never thought of before. I never thought of it. I was hungry. I was hungry even with her. Are you ever seen someone that is hungry with the death? I was hungry with her. Really,
Wow.
Mr. Ojo, when she died, when I went to Nigeria, I burned all her clothes because I was hungry with her. That
She
was,
have to why would she have to die at that point?
yes. And when I told you I spoke to her,
Yeah.
like
Like the
a
Sunday.
day before she died,
Yeah.
on Sunday. She was damn sick, but she never let me know. She don't want me to know, because she know if I just see anything, the next thing, I don't play with her. So she just keep everything away from me. I
Oh, so
never knew
she
that
was
she was
sick
sick.
and she didn't tell you she was sick
No.
to the point that it was so grave that she died the next day. So that also kind of made you even more angry. That why wouldn't you talk?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You know,
So you can see all the sadness, how it's
yes,
just,
yes,
everything just climb up to,
piled up.
yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
that's fantastic. One person that I also have my experiences, with loss, loss of loved ones, and Dr. Sunday has a lot of materials that could help anybody, to understand crises, troubles, adversities. As a matter of fact, there's a whole series that Dr. Sunday had where he was teaching on problems, crises, and adversities. And if you're listening right now to us, and maybe you have not experienced or gotten the freedom that our guest today, Mrs. Vicky, has experienced. I would like to encourage you, to go to Dr. Sunday's YouTube channel. So if you go to Dr. Sunday's YouTube channel, just search for the playlist titled Problems, I think it's problems, crises, and adversities, something like that. So just check for the playlist, and I would encourage you. It's lockdown now, right? It's lockdown. You're at home. If you can lock yourself up, go into solitude and listen to those series, they would bring healing to your soul, because it was those series that brought healing to my own soul after losing two brothers.
Ooh.
My elder brother and my younger brother, two strong boys. Everything was good, but when I went and I listened to those series, just the same thing that Mrs. Vicky was saying, I was asking God a lot of questions. Why? I mean, but when I listened to those series, and God really helped Dr. Sunday to understand that. I think maybe because he has his own experiences too, but it's a whole, it's a holistic teachings that will help you, give you a very good perspective, understanding of death, of crises, of problems, of challenges, adversities. I want to encourage everybody to get it. And Dr. Sunday also has books about problems, many books about problems. Where there is problem, there is money. Problems, your shortcuts, to prominence. Hello, I'm searching for problems. Your problems, crises, and adversities are proportional to your greatness. All of these books about problems, about crises, they will really help you. And also about death. There is a book titled How to Overcome the Fear of Death. These are books that you really want to read. They are going to help you big time. I've read all of these books myself, and that's why my understanding of death right now is different. Now my understanding of problems, crises is different because of books like this. Another book that I would like to really encourage anyone who is always also gone through, the pain of the loss of a loved one. There's a book that is titled, that Dr. Sunday wrote about his dear friend, Miles Monroe. And that book is titled Why Good People Die Early and Tragic Deaths. So that was a book that he wrote, in honor of his dear friend, Dr. Miles Monroe. I know I've mentioned a lot of books already. These books are just here in me because they have formed me to be who I am today. But hey, you can go to Amazon, right? So if you go to Amazon and search for Sunday Adelaja, you're going to see all of these books, even many more. You could also go to Okada Books. You could get Dr. Sunday's books there. And also there is a new platform that is called BAM Books, BAMBOOKS. So BAM Books, you can search for Dr. Sunday's books there. You could get all of these books I've mentioned. And also, Dr. Sunday just released a new book. Can we have the book on the screen? And this book is a book that everybody must read. If you don't read this book, you've done a huge disservice to yourself. Look at the title of this book. It's interesting. Dr. Sunday is answering the question, why are you so crazy about books? Why are you writing so many books? Dr. Sunday now has over 400 books written to his name. Can you imagine one human being? And he has not started yet, because he said he wants to write at least 1,000 of them before he goes. Why? So Dr. Sunday decided to give an answer in a book form to add to the number of books he has written. So the title of this book is, Dr. Sunday is saying, that's Dr. Sunday, why I write books, and why you too should write yours. Why I write books, and why you too should write yours. This book is available right now on Amazon. So I want to encourage everybody who is listening to run. Run and get this book. You would read this book, you're going to get your first book. You would know that, it will be a sin for you to die without writing your book. That's just how it will be. Like you'll be sinning against yourself. You'll be sinning against the people that you're going to leave, behind. Even against God, if you die without your book. So this is a book I want to encourage everybody who is listening to make sure you get this book. Get it for yourself, get it for your wife, get it for your husband, get it for your children, get it for everybody. Everybody should be an author. Everybody should be an author and should have their books. So that is the announcement I have. But I still have our amiable and beautiful Mrs. Vicky with me. So I want you to, at this point, if you don't mind, share your final words, with our guests who are watching us today. And also, if you have anything to say to Dr. Sunday, as he celebrates his 53rd birthday.
Yes, knowing Dr. Sunday has been a big blessing to me. It has opened my eyes. And like I said, I've read a lot of his book, which the essence and value of life have challenged me to start helping in the little way I can. And myself and my sibling have created this Omoyeni Foundation in the respect of my sister to help the blind and also children to assist them with their school. As like I said, the essence and value of life, that book, after reading that book, it urged me like I have to do something, I have to contribute to the society. I have to make a difference.
Beautiful.
And which my sister liked to help, I like to do much. And I was doing it alone, I think in 2018. So I just said that I have to start something because I always want to do something like big. But yes, if you can't do it that big, I want to like help everybody at the same time. But I know it doesn't work that way. So I thought like, okay, let me like start from feeding the blind like 4 times every festivity, maybe 100 to 150
Beautiful.
blind people in the streets. So I will just send money to my very close cousin, do everything, do the video just to be sure that he did it the way I wanted her to do it, everything, packaging,
Beautiful.
and go and share it for them like that. So I continue doing that, and I also help some children who have problem in paying their school fees. So I just take care of school fees, transportation, their wares, just anything concerning the school. So I do that. So at the beginning of this year, I was just talking with my brother, and I was like, I was like trying to say, I think God help us in order for us to help others, and God, even no matter how little it is, in any situation you are or I am, I think you see, when you look back, you still see people that you are better than, you understand? So, and our position is to also assist those people, to raise them up a bit, you understand? Yeah. So I was just like chatting with him and say, that is good. Why don't we do it big, like make it a non-profitable organization so we can do more? Because I just like that, the blind. Because I just feel like nobody just count them. They are not counted, So I feel like it just came to my mind. So, and when my brother said only the school, I think that no, I must harder that blind, because that's what my number one plan. And then the student was the second, to help the children that are really from poor family that could not pay their school fees, uniforms, so this stuff like that. So we now say, okay, we're going to do it that both way, and we continue doing it. And we just we put on we created a website now for the foundation, and the foundation carries the Omoyeni Foundation. So the extent of that,
your sister, right?
Yes, Omoyeni. That is her name.
Beautiful.
So just to dedicate it to her, so to help the children and the blind, and just to assist in our own little way. Beautiful. Before it will go bigger and will be helping more. And thanks to DSC and thanks to all those materials of his that I've read, I've also changed a lot of a lot of things, the way I see things, point of view, everything. I don't have to help only the people that are close to me, but also the outsider, which before we are always scared to do, you know. So his view, I think that's first and foremost, I would like to tell the people that are watching, if you are following DSA and you are only watching DSA on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, name it all, and you've not get any of his book, at least minimum before you complain, read 2 of DSA book, then I think you are not getting the full DSA. So I think if you follow DSA, you should read his book. You should try to read at least minimum 3 of his books, your choice, and just choose anything at all. When you read the books, I mean, you'll be blown away the kind of things that you get from the books. They are so, I mean, the book are so informing to the extent that you can't even imagine how many information you get, you know, enlightening, you know, refreshing. So there are things that maybe you think you know before, but reading that book, you know, like bring it more, awaken it in you again. So I think all the material DSA has, I think it's worth more than money. So I don't know, money I think is the most powerful thing in the world. But for me, the book is much worth more than money because all of these books I've read, I don't know which one I will ignore. I don't really know at all. No one is better than you. That book, I think especially everybody should give to their teenage children to read it so that to encourage them that they can do anything they want to do in life. That is a very, 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 very good book. I love that book. You know, that is it. There's no one is better than you. Yeah. I love that book. And another one is this.
Understanding God.
Oh, I love it. I love it. When people ask me borrow me, you know, I say no. This one I'm not borrowing.
Which
you.
other
That's
books do you
I
have there? Maybe you could show us.
I have this understanding God.
Yeah. No one is better than
No
you.
one is better than you.
Yes.
This one,
okay.
Please, every mother should. When I was reading,
what is the title? Tell us the title.
The title is How to Create Core Value in a Child.
Beautiful.
I think every mom, especially every young mom, should get this book. Every young mom should get it. It's a must. When I was reading, I was like, oh, it's a pity that I don't have this when I just gave birth to my children, when they are still crying. You know, very interesting book. Very, very interesting. Believe me, this is not a marketing talk. It's very interesting. You will not regret of it.
Wow, fantastic.
Another one, this is my favorite.
Okay, that's the book, The Essence and Value of Life. Beautiful.
Yeah. This book, I think, if you are reading, this book is not like only for yourself. It's like what generally, how it has to be. It's just too much, you know. It's just too much what this book says. And if you read this book and you just drop it like that, then you are just reading it like you are watching a film. Because if you read DSA book, you have to be concentrated, okay? You have to just focus. Don't read it like, I want to read it because I want to show that I've read one book. You have to read it with all your attention, focus.
True.
And then you know what those books is worth of.
True.
And if you read it and you didn't do anything with it, then I don't know.
You didn't read it.
You didn't read it. Yes. You didn't read it at all. You didn't read it. So it's a very, very good one. Fantastic. Very good one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, very. Everybody must read it, at least to know why you are in this world. What do you have to do? What is your own duty to this world? What do you have to contribute? Is it only for yourself, me, or my children, or my family? What is your own position for the world, for the society, or for the country we are in? What is your contribution?
Beautiful.
That is it about this.
Beautiful.
And another favorite one.
Oh, what's the title? Let's hear from you.
Life is an opportunity.
Life is an opportunity. Beautiful.
Oh, life is an opportunity. I said my daughter is 12 years. She must read this book. it's must though. She must read this book, and she
Good.
must read No One Is Better Than You. That's a more because she likes to read all this our book here, their language book.
Yeah.
Because if you read this book, you will never let any chances pass you by, no matter how small it is. You never. Really, it's very, very interesting. I don't know.
Powerful.
Now people are gonna say every book you are saying, you always say it's interesting. But because it's just, I can't say, I can't
You
lie.
can't help.
I can't help, I can't help. It is very big. I think you have to read it,
Yeah.
If you are thinking of, there are a lot of people now, they are thinking of things are falling apart. I've not, what can I do in this crisis now? A lot of people are thinking of their situation, of everything. So what I will advise, get this book. Because if you don't have idea how opportunity comes, you will not be able to take the chances and the opportunity when it comes.
That's
so
true.
You have to know how it comes.
That's
so
true.
If you read the book and you see something like, this must be an opportunity, and you remember those things that you read in that book, and no, I've seen this before, I'm going to go in.
Beautiful.
So that's what I say, especially now, it's really, I think it's very advisable. For this period, I will advise this, because after this crisis, this lockdown, there's going to be a lot of crisis, losing of job, a lot of things. So if you read this book, you refresh your mind, you know what to do. Yeah, it's a lot of it. Some are not here. I have another one here, How to Become a Developed Nation Through Dignity of Labor.
Good. Beautiful, beautiful. You really have those books with you. That's fantastic. Then this book, whoa.
You see, if I say this is another good one, people will say, she's always saying it's another good one. What can I say? What can I say?
If every book you bring out, everyone, there's no book you bring out that would not be mind-blowing.
That is it. I was like, when I read this, the beauty of Nigerian diversity.
Okay.
When I read
this book, wow. The beauty of Nigerian diversity, yes.
Yeah. When I read it, I was happy like the whole week of being in Nigeria.
You were proud. You were happy that you were Nigerian.
Yes.
Wow.
So I was happy. I was so excited, I was very excited because before I was like, Nigeria, I don't even want to say to people that I'm a Nigerian because some things that is happening, So when I read it, it's like I reborn again. I start loving my country, loving my people again. So, I mean, I think it's very interesting to read. If not to the curiosity about the book, just to how would I put it? To know the Nigeria you come from, because I am from Nigeria. I really don't know much about the Nigeria. So this book break everything. All the tribes, everything, just break it into pieces. So I don't even know everything. I remember when I was reading the native food, everything, like my village food, I even saw the name in there. I was like, my God, So it's a book you read, you just feel happy.
Fantastic.
You just feel like, yes.
Fantastic. Wow, yeah. Amazing. Okay, you have another book.
Yeah, How to Gain Your Lost Years.
Wow. I mean, I'm so impressed to see that you have all these books, and I'm sure you have so much more.
I still have more, but
that's good. It means you're a true disciple. It means you understand the value of books, and maybe you understand why Dr. Sunday wrote that book, why I write books, and why you too must write books. That is so amazing. Well, you've done fantastically well.
The fact is that,
Mr.
Anu, if, like I said, if you are following the essay, you didn't read this book, it's different, and you just have another perspective, really. If you are reading when I'm reading the essay book, the first time I was like, the essay is in my front, and he was reading the book to me, because everything, you understand me? It's like, I'm just seeing the essay back and you have to read the book to really to achieve everything you want to achieve. The live video or the YouTube plus the book will make you be strong in any decision, in any series.
Beautiful.
And you want to do.
Beautiful.
So I think it's very interesting to read the book. And also the book are very always learnful, always. I mean, you're never gonna say how much for a book. It does not cost that much that you're gonna regret of it. Because you even like this excess and value of I love it so much that I share it on Christmas as a gift.
You share it to people on Christmas as a gift?
Yes, as a gift, yes. Wow. I ordered it direct from Ukraine, so I ordered a lot and I shared it. That is how valuable I placed that book for me to just share it as a gift.
Impressive.
So it's because it was so interesting. I want people to read it to really see what I saw in there. You understand? So that was it. So DSS, it has been a blessing. I always, when I write it, I say, it's a blessing. I'm so happy to know you. And I bless the person that shared that link on my page. I don't even know the person, but every time I will if I had known the person, I would call that person to say, thank you, because it's worth more than money.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know who shared the name, but I'm so happy, so grateful of knowing him. A word is not enough to express it.
Wow.
It's not enough because it seems that this lady is exaggerating. So, and I don't want it to seem that way.
Wow.
That is what.
But your testimony is so genuine. Anyone who would see it in any other way, I don't know what to say about those kind of people. But your testimony is so genuine. It's so we can feel it. Even from your voice, we can feel it from you. We can see that definitely. I mean, you've gone through that journey, and God has been with you. All the way through. And I want to say thank you a lot for making it today. Thank you for sharing your life journey with us. Thank you for sharing your testimony with us. I mean, we're empowered, we're encouraged, by your testimony. And I believe that this video you've done, it will speak even after you're gone. People will watch it and they would also, receive hope that they also can become, great, irrespective of whatever background and whatever history that they've had, irrespective of the challenges they face, there's still joy that comes in the morning. So I want to say thank you for being here with us, Mrs. Vicky. Thank you for gracing this occasion. And I want to say thank you to our viewers who are watching us. Thank you so much for being with us right from the first day of the month of May to this present moment. But guess what? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We still have days to go. We still have even more testimonies from more people. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to join us same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Kyiv time, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and UK time. If you've not shared this video, please kindly share it. And also, if you've not joined any of the mentorship programs that Dr. Sunday is presently, conducting, either it's the Who Am I, Why Am I Alive, or the Millionaire's Secret, the way to do it is to write to mentorship@godembassy.org. These are exceptional mentorship courses that Dr. Sunday is holding right now with few people who are willing to pay the price for it. So the Millionaires Group and the Who Am I Mentorship Group. So thank you so much for being with us today. It's been a wonderful time this evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening from Kyiv, Ukraine here. And thank you for being with us. Bye for now.